So I was watching Southern Hospitality, minding my business. For some reason, Peacock didn't notify me that it came back. So until the whole season came out for some reason. So whatever. Otherwise, I would have been like probably made this video. So anyway, it's this big plot of the season where Brad um I guess has a issue with Emmy because Emmy, I guess they got into like a little argument or whatever, and Brad came allegedly knocking on her door, and she felt unsafe, and he was the big scary black man. And context, she's a white T woman, and they're in the South. So obviously, her saying that can have repercussions on Brad. And keep in mind, a little backstory, she's known him for at least 5+ years. So she clearly, and her boyfriend was in the room. So how do you not feel safe when he's basically maybe not a good friend of yours, but they are all in the same friend group for years? You know what I mean? So clearly she was just doing the most. So every time, he tried to let her know, like they tried to talk about it or whatever. And they tried to hold her accountable for, because like, she can be valid for her feelings, but the way she responded was just completely wrong, and it could have been detrimental to his reputation. And they was just trying to tell her, you'll never get what it's like to be a person of color, so you should just apologize and move on. So eventually, like they try to talk, and it's this one scene where he basically kind of shuts her down, and he's like, I see right through you pretty much, and he's done because every time he tries to talk, she starts crying, she starts hyperventilating. And I was just thinking, like, this is such a microcosm for race relations in America right now, but not just between black people and white T people, but black people and really white T people, Asian people, Latino people, because collectively the black community has just said, we're done. Respectfully, we don't want to destroy nothing. Like, we don't want to cause a big commotion. We don't want to protest. Like, just take us out the group chat, and we just want to be free to live our lives. Like, we're tired of being harassed by the police. Like, we're tired of being the butt of the fatigue joke. When most of us don't bother anyone, is there a few bad apples? Of course, there's bad apples everywhere. You know what I mean? But for some reason, it's only the bad apples in the black community where it's cast upon the whole entire black community. And I think that until we get reparations, I think they just need to keep us out the group chat. And I think we just should kind of collectively do our own thing, because it's cases like the whole Cyrus case, it's cases like the Carmelo Anthony case, and going back to Trayvon Martin, and I might do a video on that. Probably have to drop that on one of my other channels, because I might do like a little decode on that. So stay tuned. But yeah, and I just think that that's where the black community is, and I just feel like until we get reparations, because if you think about it, any other race that was enslaved by a country, I feel like they would have got some type of reparations, and I feel like it's because black, like they just don't want to help black people. Like, for whatever reason, they just don't want to see us succeed. And because really think about it, if it had been any other race, I feel like they would have given. And like, why is it so crazy to think that we don't deserve reparations when the ripple effect of what happened in the past, we're still seeing it to this very day? Like, I'll give you a prime example. Colorism is up straight from the whole slavery time. Colorism still affects, and it's a little colorism, I think, in a lot of different communities, but it's really, really more so in the black community. Well, before I get too crazy and get banned on TikTok, I guess I'll end the video there. Everything I've said in this video is alleged. This is all my opinion. If you enjoy content like this, be sure to like, share, and follow, because in a world of deception, you need Deception Decode.